Hi and welcome. Today we'll be talking about the exponential function with base of e. And we'll be doing derivatives with base of e and derivatives of base of other than e, and we'll be doing integrals as well. Okay, so the derivative with the base of e is just e of e to the x is e to the x. You might have to use chain rule with something the exponent. So for example, derivative of e to the 2x minus 7 is e to the 2x minus 7 times 2. Remember, the outermost function derivative with the innermost function in it times the derivative of the innermost function is the chain rule, so it would be 2e to the 2x minus 7. Okay, now the derivative of a number to the x power is that number to the x power times the natural log of a, and I'll explain real fast where that comes from. Okay, now the integral of e to the x dx is going to be e to the x plus c, and the integral of a to the x dx is going to be a to the x divided by the natural log of a plus c. So you have your general formulas right here, but explaining them and how they work, that actually goes a long way. Okay, so real fast, what we're going to do is we're going to replace, we're going to use the notion that we can rewrite 3 as e to the natural log of 3. Okay, it's just as simple as that. You can actually rewrite it like that. Now the reason why we rewrite it like that is because of this. E to the x, the integral of e to the x is e to the x, and the derivative of e to the x is e to the x. So that one's pretty easy right there. So now, since we have 3 is equal to e to the natural log of 3, we just times that by x. We raise that to the x power. So this becomes 3 to the x, and this is e to the x times natural log of 3. So the derivative of 3 to the x is now derivative of e to the x times the natural log of 3. So we just treat this as a chain rule. So this becomes e to the natural log of 3 well, no, it's going to be e to the x times the natural log of 3. Okay, because I just keep the innermost function is x natural log of 3. Okay, and then e to the x is just going to be e to the x. That's derivative, but it's going to be times by 1 natural log of 3. Okay, which just turns into natural log of 3. Okay, and voila, I've actually done the derivative because I'm actually using the chain rule, and I'm using this little known fact. Okay, this will help you out whenever you're dealing with any number to the ax power. Okay, now if you were to go back into the reverse, I'll show you how to do that one. Okay, so this one right here, the integral of 4 to the x dx. Okay, is going, now what we're going to do is replace 4 to the x with e to the x natural log of 4. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I've set it up as e to the x times the natural log of 4. Okay, all right, and then I'm going to do u substitution. So u equals x times the natural log of 4, and then the derivative of that is du dx is going to be the natural log of 4. Okay, so what we're going to set up is du is equal to the natural log of 4 dx. Okay, now if you notice, the natural log of 4 is in there, so far we're just dealing with this. So far this is e to the u dx so far. Okay, so we have that right there. So all we need is a natural log of 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have in front, I'm going to have a 1 divided by the natural log of 4. Okay, that's going to be in front of the integral. Alright, and then inside the integral, I'm going to have e to the u times the natural log of 4 dx. Okay, now if you notice, that's exactly what I needed. That's the calculus trick that we've talked about, is that when you need a number, you just multiply it by its reciprocal, because there's always a 1 somewhere. It's a calculus trick in order to make this appear, because if you remember, 1 equals 1 divided by the natural log of 4 times the natural log of 4. Okay, so that's hugely important to actually make that materialize. Because why? Because in u substitution, we're going to get rid of this part and replace that with du. Okay, now that we've replaced that with du, I can do my derivative, or my derivative, my integral, and so I still have 1 over the natural log of 4. Okay, and the integral, or the integral of e to the u is e to the u plus c. Okay, well that one's pretty simple. I just replace. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace 1 divided by the natural log of 4 times e to the x times the natural log of 4 plus c. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and replace e, all of this, which is 4 to the x. Okay, and 4 to the x times 1 divided by the natural log of 4. And then we put a plus c, and voila, we have our system all set up. Okay, and that's how you do integrals with numbers other than e as the base. You just change them to e as the base, and then you're able to actually do it really well. Okay, that's it for this lesson in calculus. I'll talk to you later.